What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and it seems like every day that goes by, G4TV continues to make things worse. After Frost went on this rant, this meltdown, attacking the fans and attacking the audience, essentially saying that if you criticize her or have anything bad to say about her in the comment section or in the chat, it's just because you're a sexist. Shockingly, people in the audience didn't take that very well, because as it turns out, the reason the vast majority of people had criticisms for Frost was not because she's a woman, was not because she's not as attractive as Olivia Munn or Morgan Webb, but was actually because she got a lot of stuff wrong, specifically about PlayStation versus Xbox and the little console wars segment they did. But she decided to make it about sexism because she wanted to play the victim. Since that has happened, it has not gone well for them. As you can see, they're bleeding more subscribers, 5,000 subscribers in the 5 days since this has happened. Not a good look for them. I can't imagine the people at G4 are sitting there thinking that this is a good thing, because they definitely promoted it. They tweeted it out, they clipped it out specifically and put it here on the YouTube channel at first. You could see the comments. Thank you, G4. My wife's boyfriend really needed to hear this. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Everyone, your terms are acceptable. Amazing. Not only have you not had her apologize, you've actually taken the time to clip it from the stream and post it by itself. You folks are truly something special. A wise man once said everything woke turns to shit, which is exactly why it's happening to G4 before our eyes. I'm not as bangable. Girl, I wouldn't even want to spend more than 5 minutes sitting on the couch next to you, because the drama you spread is simply nothing I want to have in my life. Getting wrecked, destroyed in the comments. You can see almost 30,000 dislikes on this. And that's not all. I mean, it's also carried over into other videos. This is a video that was posted a few days ago, a Death Stranding review with Adam Sessler and Frosk for XPlay. You can see the ratio, 4.4 thousand dislikes to 2.8 thousand upvotes. And what is the comment section? Good script reading here, but next time it'd be nice to hear from someone who played the game and wrote their own reviews. Great episode. Really enjoyed the discussions and in-depth analysis. Love the viewpoints of the hosts. My only negative feedback is the lack of jerk-offable material in the video. A floppy is just being mashed here. That is perfect, because that's essentially what they're saying the complaints were. Epic level troll. Gamers, is this game any good? G4. First off, let me tell you about the sexism, racism in gaming, and why we need diversity and less white people. Gamers, I just want to know if the game's any good. And when I say that they continue to make things worse, I mean the behavior that they continue to have towards their fans. We've seen the hosts go after the audience. We've seen Adam Sessler. We've seen Frost. We've even seen Kevin Pereira take a little shot at fans and at the audience over the last few days. Well, we've also seen that in their community. You're no longer allowed to post in their live chats. You have to have been a subscriber for a month to be able to comment on a live chat. And even then, if you say anything somewhat critical, boom, you get banned. We saw posts like this trying to shame people on their subreddit. Be decent to each other. I can't believe this has to be said, but the hosts are here. They read your comments. They see what you're saying about them. There are rules against bigotry, and there's a rule to be civil. If you're unable to avoid being a bigot and or you're choosing to attack others or our host, you're going to be banned. It's just that simple. And their version of bigotry is basically just saying, wow, why didn't Frost know that about PlayStation? Why didn't Frost know that about Xbox? That's what they consider a bannable offense in this subreddit. That's how soft it was, to the point where they did this. They stopped posting anything, restricted the sub completely and entirely. So their audience, even the ones that agreed with them, were no longer able to post. They had to basically send a direct message saying what they wanted to post in order to be able to put anything in their community. They have shut down conversation. They have shut down dialogue. That's what G4TV has done in the aftermath of all this, instead of just addressing it. They know, they are watching, they see the comments, but they do not care. They will do everything they can to protect Frost, to protect this person who just shit all over you. And one of the reasons that's happening is because of who they hire. I saw this post from Steph earlier today, and it made me look into one of the people that have been making these posts, basically the community manager on their subreddit. When you as a company decide to go out and hire people like this is what they do to your communities. People like Frost and people like the person we're about to look at. especially coming from men who already are coming from a place of privilege. Again, at G4TV, no one wants to be preached to or to be told they're sexist and privileged simply by existing in this space. Everyone should be able to have a say, no matter their gender or opinion, period. And what this post is this Reddit post. And I'm gonna read through it, but before I do, I wanted to show, right, G4K fam, right, G4 staff. I thought that was interesting, so it didn't take long. I found K-Fam's Twitter, community manager at G4TV. She, her, pronouns in the bio, tweets are protected. Locking down their personal Twitter so no conversation can be had. Locking down G4 so no conversations can be had. That's the same person right here that is their community manager. This is the person who is limiting any and all dialogue for G4 audiences. It's absolutely pathetic, but let's read this. A lot of folks are having a hard time understanding that a public forum, this subreddit for example, has moderators that reserve the right to enact bans and delete comments based off rule violations. And depending on what subreddit you're in, yeah, there's tons of mods that go overboard stuff all the time. That is Reddit. However, something interesting is happening here. Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequences. Censorship is a whole different beast. We aren't trying to censor folks for having different opinions. We're weeding out the folks in this community who are obviously here to spread their thoughts that no one ever asked for in bad faith. So that no one ever asked for. So what? Criticisms, whether constructive or not, of hosts? You know, actually questioning what's going on at G4? That's the types of things that no one asked for at G4. I'm sure that that's the case. How do you know things are in bad faith? How do you know that? You're just deleting any negativity. That's what you're doing right now. This includes, but is not limited to, calling Frosk a liar when you don't know her on any level and just have strong feelings about video game topics. Saying Frosk's lived experiences aren't that big of a deal or that they're not real, especially coming from men who already are coming from a place of privilege that would need to be active listeners to understand, and general incivility in the comments. So now we're starting to understand the thought process behind those who are managing the community at G4, right? The person whose Twitter is protected, who has pronouns in their bios, and is calling men privileged simply for existing. It's starting to make sense why and how G4 has failed before they've even really truly begun. They've only been going a few months and already they have this on their hands, because these are the types of people they're hiring. They're hiring activist SJWs, not only to be the hosts, but also to manage their communities. You can have opinions, but once they start diving into the realm of hurting other people or include assumptions about someone you don't have even the slightest knowledge of, that's just not okay. Many of y'all really need to calm down and keep some of your ideals to yourself or to the subs that are made special for them. The mods and I do not care what a political affiliation you have, nor how you vote. We care that many folks are adding vitriol to this discussion about someone who is trying to stand up for the injustice in a very power imbalanced industry. Thank you for having civil discussion, showing support, or just backing away. I have said this in many threads. This conversation has exhausted itself. G4 continues to implode, and you will always implode. Any company, when you hire people, I'm not talking about people with different political opinions. I'm talking about when you hire extremists, when you hire ideologues on either side, it will not end up well for you, because this is what happens. People that cannot tolerate a different opinion and instead try to put every single person, oh, every man, you're just privileged. You don't know what you're talking about when it comes to the power imbalance in the gaming industry. Pronouns in bio, but I can't say I'm really surprised. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my PO box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.